Welcome back to the Painters Pod. I'm going to throw it back on George. He and I have been talking off air now for the last 10 minutes, and things were going pretty well. He introduced me a couple of weeks ago now. My name's Ivan, for those of you that are joining in now from Maxi Blue in Geelong, down in Victoria, where it's been raining now for the last 5, 6 days, much like Sydney. And I just asked George a really interesting question because George, you've been painting for as long as I've been alive, basically now.
Gee, you make
So
me feel old.
Tell us first, who is George? Tell
Who
me,
is
George.
George?
Who is George?
George is a father of two boys, two set of twins who are 24, 25 now. A husband of a very understanding and a very tolerating woman because over the years she should have killed me. My weird and wonderful ways and my
I
weird and
hope she
wonderful
hasn't tried.
ideas. Yeah, she
She's never
hasn't, but
tried.
no,
No.
she hasn't. But tell you what, some of the nights or some of the days I've come back with some issues. She should have kicked me to the curb, honestly, Ivan. And you know what? Once upon a time, the job that I'm in, I thought defined me, Ivan. I thought it was beside a sports junkie. Beside sports, um, I really identified, and again, I thought the job actually defined me as a human. Now, as I'm getting older and becoming, let's say, more of a mentor to some young people, I'm starting to understand that the job doesn't define me, but God, I love it. God, I love this job. I really, really, really do. I can't express how much care. And I'm not sure if I had care the first day that I started, Ivan. I'm not sure if I because it wasn't a choice that I was going to
Yeah.
be a painter, but I wasn't sure that it was going to be what I wanted to do forever. You know what? I'll tell you what I did want to be, and I kept on asking my father. I wanted to be a sound engineer, a music sound engineer. And back then in the 80s, a school, a first up school in East Sydney had started up, and I sort of bumbled across it. And I think I was in year nine, year 10, year nine, year 10. And I asked him if I can go to this school. And he goes, and now so let's put it in perspective. My father is Greek, old school, very strong, you know what I mean? He goes, music, how much pay this job? I go, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. You like for music, huh? Yeah. Okay. No. And that was it.
We got
that
to pay the
was
bills, he said, huh?
that was it. That was it, Marvin. That
Because
was it.
because for that generation of men, how are you going to look after your family by being a
Yeah.
sound engineer
Well,
in,
and you know
in
what?
Western Sydney? Yeah.
Well, you know what? When you think about it, what I asked him was pretty stupid. He had no idea. I'll tell you how I actually became a painter. One afternoon, he goes to me, "Okay, tomorrow, okay, you get up 4 o'clock. Okay, you come with me." Okay, I thought maybe we're going fishing. I didn't know. I was
You had
young,
no idea.
naive. He never would talk to me. Back in
How
those
old
days,
how old was he when he came to Australia?
he was 22. 22,
Mm.
22, but back then
So a long time ago.
yeah, in the
Yeah.
50s, late 50s. But
Wow. Yep.
it was one of those scenarios that he immersed himself into the Greek, Italian,
Community. Yeah.
Serbs and Crows. Like
Yeah.
that was always
Did he
friends.
did he paint back in Greece
Yeah.
or he's
So okay. So my grandfather was a painter. He painted
wow.
ships, the
Wow,
warships.
married, yeah.
Yeah. So he would
Maritime
paint.
painter, yeah.
My great grandfather, apparently, he told me this maybe 15, 20 years ago. He was a painter, and
So you got five generations of
yeah,
painters in your
yeah,
in your
yeah,
family. Wow,
and
that's incredible.
yeah, and dad was going to uni, but he had to pay the bills, so he was paying.
Yeah.
So when he came to Australia, well, the only thing he really knew to do, he didn't know the language. What he told me, he goes, I jumped off the ship in the morning. By the afternoon, I was on a building site painting. He goes. You know what I
Well,
mean? Now, I don't believe
yep.
that, but the next day,
But yeah,
the next day, and that's how it happened. So he'd gone and worked for a Greek company back in the day. So they immersed themselves into the Greek community here in Sydney. So he
yep.
didn't have to speak English. You know what I mean? Anyway, so
So
uh,
4 a.m.
yeah, 4 a.m. you get up and I sort of saw something was wrong because I was sitting at the coffee table, sorry, in the dining room table, and my mum comes and pats me on the head. She goes, "Oh, I know, George. Okay, no problem. What are you doing? Okay, what are you doing?" I'm thinking, what's happening here? Anyway, I walk down the stairs. He throws me a pair of overalls. What's this? Okay, quick, we go.
How old were
So
you at this stage?
I think I was 16 and a half.
Wow. Yep.
And I think that I was going to year 10 and I don't even think that he messaged the school or anything. He just pulled me out because maybe he just wanted someone to sand on the day. I don't know.
Yep.
So here I am, jumped into a car. There was an old HQ, Ivan, okay, station wagon, and the door opens and just a puff of smoke comes out. They're all smoking, you know what I mean? Rightio. So I've jumped in the back, you know what I mean? And still really not knowing what what's happening here, what's happening, you know what I mean? Because back in the day, you're probably a bit different. You come from a different generation. You would, the dads wouldn't speak to you really, and if they spoke to you, all they done was screamed and shouted to you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
It was very
So
similar. Mine was very similar.
yeah, okay.
Very
So
similar.
yeah, so yeah, they're just angry men. I used to call them angry men. So I'll tell you,
I just think they were stressed. That
yeah,
generation, like
yeah,
the way I journeyed with my father was they were just stressed trying to make a living and trying to get their kids on the right. And especially like my dad, like yours, didn't know any English
yeah.
and came here and everything was foreign. And the moment you did something wrong, he was angry more out of fear that something was going to happen to you that he couldn't control. It was an
Prob-
uncontrollable, you know?
Probably right. You're probably
So,
right. I actually didn't. I probably didn't go that deep into conversation with him. I've probably had better conversations now, and he's a very sick man at the moment. But
yeah,
recently, than my first 40 years of my life with him. You know what I
well,
mean? I've been continuously scared of him forever, and even now, he's a frail man. He can't even stand up. He's a wheelchair. When I look at him, he still petrifies me. I don't know what it is. Anyway,
how long did it take for you to realize that this is what you're going to do? Painting.
yeah. I think I cried for the first month. Yeah, no, it didn't take a couple of days, and I worked it out. This was it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
go. Am I going back to school? No school. This one. Okay. You.
That was it. So they pulled you out of year 10.
That's it. This
Yeah.
one for what do you say for me? For family, this one. For feed family, this one. That was it.
Yeah.
But it was you know what? It was the worst and the best thing he could have done because he put me in amongst I don't know was it four or five wogs there sorry
Older men.
older
Yeah.
men Greek older men and what do you do when what that era men what happens when the boss's son comes he cops it deluxe and the line was for the first 6 months because I mean I was an apprentice. I had no idea. Second day, they gave me an 88 inch brush, you know, those big thick ones. They gave me some gloss to go and gloss the door. First
All
week,
right.
back end of the week. What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
What am I going to do, Ivan?
Tough.
I painted half a frame. It was more runs
Runs there.
than yeah. You know,
Yeah.
and then it started. Go on, your son, no painter, hairdresser, maybe policeman, but no painter, no painter. I copped that for the first year at least. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Um, but the good thing is that they because I was copying it, they inspired me and to get really good, really quick.
Yeah.
So after a year or so, I gave it back to him. Don't worry, I got it back. But there you go. We're chugging along. And the old man worked out really quickly after I think the third year when I was getting pretty competent and pretty not badish. I don't have to have everybody. I can have back then especially how everything was formed. We can. Me and George can go and do project homes, which were new homes, and make fair dollar. So
And
that's
you
what he
did
did.
that. You just went back to just being the two of you for a while.
We went back. I think about the third or fourth year. Went back, just the two of us. And back then, no one wanted to do project homes in the middle '80s, late '80s. No one wanted to because there wasn't enough money in them, I think. But we worked really hard, 12-hour days, good old school, 12-hour days. As Ika said, 6.5 days a week. To
Yeah.
another funny story, I'd play rugby league on Sunday,
Yeah.
and the game was at 1 o'clock every week. Sunday 1 o'clock, and every Saturday afternoon he would ask me, "What time tomorrow you play?" I go, "Dad, 1 o'clock every week." "Okay, you leave 12 o'clock from work, 6.5 days, remember?" You go. He goes to me. This is funny. He goes, "Okay, 6.5 day. Sunday we leave 3 o'clock. Beautiful home. Home 4 o'clock. Beautiful." What the?
Kind of a half days that.
What the? Anyway, so here I am. I jump in the car, go to go to the game. Everybody's in the dressing room. I'm always late. I
Coming in the
rock
overalls.
I rock up in my overalls, paint on my hands,
What?
Ivan,
Yeah.
gloss on my hands. The coach looks at me, goes, "Bloody wogs, don't you ever have a day off? Get dressed, hurry up and get dressed." You know what I mean? The funny thing is, I catch the ball. I got gloss all over, it's sticky. I got gloss all over the ball. Great days, gee. Um,
Yeah, full on.
anyway, yeah, and we're chugging along, and you know what the good thing is in terms of um, uh, how can I explain it?
He gave you work ethic. Then you
He
knew
gave me work ethic. We worked really hard for 15 years doing those project homes. Um,
you were together for a long
really,
time.
yeah, we were together for a long time. 20 plus, and then one day he looks at me and he goes, he must have been late 60s. He goes, "I think I've had enough." In Greek, goes, "I think I've had enough." He goes, "Yeah, I've had enough. I'm not coming again." I didn't believe him for 1 minute. I didn't believe him 1 minute. So the other morning, I actually was living back home. I was married, and we moved back home because we were building a house.
Yep.
And I'm waiting at the coffee table. I'm looking up the stairs. No one's coming. What's happening? What's happening?
He
So
just pulled the pin overnight.
just
That was it.
pulled the pin,
Wow.
and then well, I better go to work. I better go to work. And I come home and I go, "Dad, you know what?" Oh, he goes, "Oh, what's happening?" He goes, "I told you, no more. That's it." He just pulled the pin,
Wow.
and that's when the real story starts. Because all of a sudden, I was with a controlling human being who controlled all my moves, what I thought, everything cocooned in terms of even work and how other people work. All of a sudden, I'm by myself, and I go to him.
How old were you, George?
I was now in my 30s, early 30s.
30s. Yeah.
I was now in my
Still doing
early.
project homes or doing
Yes,
repaints or how
no
was it?
project homes,
Project homes. For
predominantly
one of the majors or for like a
majors,
small one of the majors, yeah. Tough
major.
tough gig, yeah.
Tough gig, and everybody was jumping on guns, and he would refuse to buy a gun. Everybody
Oh
was
wow.
jumping. Yeah, he was so. But we were turning over these double-story homes in 14 to 16 working days. So because we got so good at them and so systemized. Um, anyway, I turned around to him and I go, "Dad, what do I do?" He looks back to me. He goes, "What do you mean? What do you do? You've been doing it. Just do what you do." But I'm thinking you've taught me how to paint, but you really haven't taught me how to live in this world. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if I tell you, it took me 5 years to find myself, um, and thank God I found two things. I found repaints,
Yeah.
and I found the accredited somewhere along the way. I bumped into accredited in that 5 years. I would have been mid-30s by then. Um,
Because you're
and
20 years now in accredited, aren't you?
yeah, 20 years. Yeah,
20
20 years.
years.
Yeah.
And how did that transition into repaints happen for you, George?
Well, I found project homes hard. and I was by myself. It was me and him. And I tried other people, and then you find out that, well, wait a minute, we, the work ethic isn't there with other people. I
Yep.
mean, so I can't do what I do here. We can't bowl them over in 14, 16 working
No, no
days.
way. Yep.
Yeah, they're taking 25 all of a sudden. So, well, I'm paying the builder to give me a job now. So
Sometimes, yeah.
yeah, so I slowly and people were getting more fussier. So it wasn't as one touch up. You had to go back twice, three times. Well, and we didn't have that back in the 80s and in the 90s or early 90s. So slowly, I transitioned into
The repaints.
resi repaints, and I met along the way a young man. I'm not sure if you know him. Do you know Brad Stevens from Blue Tongue? He's a
Blue
Sydney,
tongue rings a bell.
yeah, Blue Tongue coatings or painting. He was a very young man back then, and I met him through a friend, and he was young, ambitious, full of fire, and he had something that I didn't have, and and vice versa, yeah. So we decided to do a few jobs. Come and help me, and I'll help you. You know what I mean? Uh, and we clicked, and bumble and stumble. We actually built, and it wasn't anything formal. It was formal at the end. We built a business which was verging on 1.8 $2 million on the tools still, on the
Oh,
tools still.
yeah.
Now I would have done it very differently. We had no idea what we were doing, no idea at all, Ivan. No idea at all. And I think back, and I think it's complete and utter craziness and madness how we did it and how it evolved.
In projects, in
No,
project homes or in
no,
repaints?
resi repaints.
Resi. And how
Yeah.
did you get all those resi jobs? What were you doing to get that?
That's when Google AdWords had started. Number
Mhm.
one, so that was a big thing. Um, I had won. No, I haven't won. No, we didn't win. We done it the first year. So we won two accredited awards back in the day, very early days, and they actually advertised it. Dulux actually advertised the winner, and
Oh, wow.
that exploded. That
That would
exploded
have been
us.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, that really exploded us. And it was a national award as well. So we were getting phone calls from other states as well. But yeah, and
And how long did that last for the two of you?
I think 5 years. And what
Yep.
happened? What happened was the boy became a man. I met him very young, in his early 20s, and he became a man. And he wanted, despite he noticed what was happening around him, and we got into we got a business coach, and we were in the process of actually systemizing things. Because, like I said, he just went bang, all this work, and we had half subbies and half employees, but we didn't have any systems and processes. We didn't break down any jobs, nothing. It was like the biggest opposite of what we do now. Ivan. It was,
Yeah.
if you like, again, I think about it and it was frightening. It really was. I don't know how we even survived. I couldn't tell you our margins. Couldn't tell you our margins back then.
You just went gun ho.
Just worked, yeah, just worked. If it
Just
was money
go.
in the book, yep. Um, but yep, he got married, and one day he done the same thing. He said that after a Christmas break, he came January. He goes, I've had enough, and I'm going my way. And what do you say? Okay, not a problem. If you're not happy, you're not happy. That's no problem. No problem. And so
What
back to
year was
square
that?
one for me.
How long ago was that? What year was that?
Oh gee, would have been 15 years ago now.
Yeah. Okay.
Would have been 15. Yeah, I was probably in my early 40s back then.
Yeah.
I'm really bad with years, by the way. I was really bad with years. Yeah, and
And
then
you're on your own again.
I'm on my own with some cattle. I still had those teams, and the jobs were still was the same. The
Were you
jobs
doing
were
one job at a time, or were you doing multiple
no
repaints? How
no
were you working
no
it?
no no. We had jobs going on at a time. 5 to 6 crews out
Yep.
there at a time. Probably 2 subcontractors and 3 home base, and we were on the tools as well. We were
Yep.
basically on. I don't know how we did it. We're on the tools as well. And then again, I still had the volume of work, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue that way.
Yep.
Because it was craziness, madness. We actually had offices like you, and my wife was the office manager. You know what I mean? We had we even started having in-house marketing, and we were on the right track. It would have taken another probably a year and a half to sort of turn it around and get it running properly if he
Yep.
stayed the course. But that's fine. Like I said, if someone's not happy, there's no issue with me. I mean, I encourage it. You know, no problem. No need to do something you don't want to do. And then the next milestone was, well, yeah, I scaled it right back for my sanity. I scaled it right back.
I know how that feels. Don't worry.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
remember, you said you did it once, and I said that we all do it. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I scaled it back for sanity, and there was only 2 of us. And I don't know I'm not sure if I was happy or not happy, Ivan. I really wasn't sure. I definitely was burnt out. Definitely
Yeah.
was physically and mentally burnt out. And Costa was in year 10, and he kept on asking me, Costa, my son, he kept on asking me, Dad, can I come and work with you? And I kept on saying no. I go, finish year 12 at least, and then we'll see.
Were you talking to them at a young age, both of your boys, about being painters one day, or it was just something that they were interested in because you were there?
Yeah. Well, no, the other one isn't a painter. The other one's a
Yep.
videographer. Yeah.
Yep.
And he kept on asking me, and I kept on saying no. And after the 3rd time, my wife came up to me. He goes, he's not trying at school. He's not really trying. I go, yeah, I know he's not trying, but he's got to, let him finish something. And she goes to me, you can, but maybe you can get a head start, and maybe he'll come with you, hate it, and go to TAFE. And I thought to myself, you know what? That's what's going to happen. He's going to come with
Yep.
me. 6 months, he's going to hate it, and he'll move on, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Gee, 10 years down the track, he's still with me. Yeah,
You can't get rid of him if you tried, huh?
No, he took it up like a fish in water. He learned so quickly, and now in his mid 20s, he's engaged, and he's changed his view on
Is
things.
he elevating it again?
Yeah,
Do you
and
feel?
that's
Yeah.
what's happening. That's what's happening. He was bugging me before he got married or engaged, but now he wants it, and that's what's happening at the moment. A growth phase. He wants to move it along. He
So
comes
what's the next phase look like? What does it look like to you? Like if you could throw a rod 3 years down the track
yeah.
and fish something out, what would it be? What would it look like?
I think off air, I don't know if I should say this. I think off air, I said I wouldn't mind a subcontractor model. So us becoming a marketing agent, and selling jobs and controlling jobs and giving the customer the experience, and having
So the American model, basically.
having and I don't call them subcontractors. I call them painting partners. I mean, people that you have with you all the time. It's not like they're going to come in, do a job, and so they'll be part of your world. They'll be part of your system.
Yeah.
They'll be running your systems and processes. They'll just be
We've actually got a few. We've got a few that have done this in the last 6 months out of necessity.
Yeah.
And they're guys that have actually been with us for 5, 6, 7 years
Okay, trust
that
it.
have just found that due to where they are in life, they wanted to do something, not be full time on the wages, not do the same thing they've been doing, but try a different model. And we tried it, and it's been working really, really well.
Working.
Working really, really well.
You know what, Ivan? I think people and a lot of people, and especially if you live in a major city, you want more, but you don't know the marketing side of it. You don't care about the marketing side of it. I mean, I find it painful. I won't lie to you. Systems, processes, document, marketing. I find it a painful sort of thing. It's much easier to pick up a brush and paint. And you know what? 80% of people find that easy as well. So So that's fine. I mean, it's just a different way of doing things. And I found out the other day that only 3% of businesses achieve over $1 million mark, which I found it interesting. So there you go.
So that's that barrier. You think the $1 million barrier might be the biggest barrier
Um, that's
for a
interesting.
painting
That's interesting.
contractor.
You tell me. See if we're aligned. I think $1 to $400,000. I mean, Costa and myself can do $100,000 turnover. I mean, from 4 to 8, I call it the dead walking, dead valley. Like you're putting in, you're not making any more money because you're putting in and you're doing everything. So your time, effort, grind, you're just grinding. When you get to that $1 million mark, you start seeing the light. You're still doing 80%, 70, 80% of things, but you can still see the light and the money's stabilized. And then that's the next phase, but a whole different set of rules start. Now, am I right? Am I wrong? You tell me because you've done that
They're
and more.
definitely, I think they're definitely different sets of rules the moment you put somebody else on.
Yeah,
For a guy that's on his own, and we spoke to a couple of guys at the conference that came across and asked the question, I'm on my own, I want to put another guy on. I said, if you love your life, don't put anybody else
yeah,
on. Stay doing exactly what you're doing. Because the moment you put somebody else on, it's just different.
yeah,
You think you might have more time, but then you want to get two guys, then you want to get three. And then the moment that happens, you need enough work to get three or four guys going and then it just morphs into something that you can't control sometimes.
yeah, for sure,
So
for sure.
just be very careful that if you're prepared to start going into that game, know what you're doing every 6 months, 12 months, because otherwise the stallions bolt sometimes, and all you're going to do is just hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
You know what? And that's my first attempt at it. The Stallions were bolting probably. Yeah, after five
you're
hundred
just trying to
thousand.
hold on for dear life.
Yeah, I was holding for dear life. This time it's going to be just a little bit more wiser, a little bit more controlled, much more controlled and much more systemized. Again, you think you're in control, you're not. You think you're in control, or you're more sane. Or someone said to me the other day that I tried doing it, but I can't handle stress. I go, well, it's not that you can't handle stress. It's you think you weren't in control, so feeling useless. That's when you start stress. But with systems and processes, that's where you've got some sort of control. So you go back onto your system, go back to your systems. Whenever in doubt, just get back to your system. You know what I mean?
Probably a good time to transfer onto the systems conversation. What systems are you talking about? How are you
Oh,
coming up with these systems? Are you
yeah,
building them
yeah,
yourself? Are you getting help with that?
yeah.
How's
It,
that going?
very, very good question, Ivan. Thank you for asking that question because I've got a multi prong on that one. Yes, I've written some down and I continue writing them down from my personal morning routine to um, the marketing side of it to from start to finish. So from generating the lead all the way to the follow up right at the end, even putting things in the CRM, the whole kit and caboodle, and then even in the field. Now, with subcontractors, I'm going to write them anyway. I'm going to write the systems anyway. But subcontractors, there's a limited amount of systems because you can't tell anyone how to work. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, okay, you need to do the ceilings first. You know, with subcontractors, you're not going to do that. But you can. What you can do is systemize everything around them. You know what I mean? If you want, I don't care about this one, but if you want, don't park in the person's driveway. Man, there's one.
How nitty-gritty are you going with all your systems?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go as deep as I can and revisit them. Go deep as I can. I don't expect them. I'd prefer to be too deep than not deep enough. You know what I mean? Costa can have a look at them, and I'm gonna share them not only with you, with a lot of you guys. And please, I want you to say that's rubbish. That's not gonna ever happen. You know, I
Yeah.
want that. I want that. Because ever since I've joined, and be quite honest, ever since I joined our little group, the four of us, you guys have inspired me with Costa's badgering as well. You guys have inspired me to to go on the grave campaign, and a few things. Number one, I've always said that I don't want to stop working. When I can't get up, that's when I'll stop working. Now I'm out on the tools. Now my brother-in-law is dying to. He's 16. He just wants to stop now if he could, and he keeps on asking me what age, and I go, there's no age, but I just picked out an age. I go 70. There you go, 70. And if I can work more than that, now I'm working out because I do about 70% on the tools. Okay, that's getting tough as well. So I'd love probably to get off the tools in the next 3 years, and then maybe I can extend my work life well into my 70s. You know what I mean? I hope, because I actually love doing this. I actually love
Yeah.
doing. There's nothing more satisfying to me to walk away, look back, and see smiling faces, or thank you, and you know, when you hear someone say thank you and they mean it, nothing like it. And the other thing I love is when you paint a house and they're a young couple, then they call you again, and they're a little bit older with a child. And
You
it's
paint
something
some
else.
things 2 or 3 times, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
There's kids I've seen go through university, and I'm painting their because I've been such a long time now. Their first home with their child. They're
Yeah.
buying units in and around Sydney, and I'm painting for them as well. And there's nothing more satisfying than that for me. You know what I mean? Now, when I was younger, I didn't think I'll think like this. When I was younger, I was gung ho and it was all about the dollar probably, but certainly not now, Ivan. It's got nothing. Well, you got to support your family. You know, I mean, you got to pay your way in life. But the dollar is the last bit on my mind. What is on my mind is pleasing. Giving
You've mentioned that a couple of times that it's
giving
people
people,
pleasing, yeah?
yeah, I'm too much of a people pleaser, and I really enjoy mentoring youngsters. Now, Cos is a bit different because Cos is my son. Um, you know, he's going to take me as he's your son. You're going to take it as a grain of salt. But there's some other young people who have around me now, which actually listen to every word I say and take it on board. And I don't know. And I keep on saying, don't have me as you know, the truth sort of thing. Check it, you know, do it yourself, because I could be completely wrong. This is just my version of
Yeah, I
way of
understand.
doing things. You know, I could,
Yeah.
and I say resi. I always say that commercial, different world, industrial, different world. You know, units, different world. Resi, I can, you know, I know my resi. I know my resi. If I get what you do, the stuff you do, frightened me. I wouldn't even know what number
Yeah.
to start quoting that.
How long has it been since you've started writing these systems and
Oh, a while now, but it's intensified.
what are you doing? As they come along, or are you actually
No,
specifically
no.
targeting?
All right, system. All right, systems.
Yeah.
So I've got a through line. I'm going to actually make a video of this. You'll see it on YouTube. I'm gonna record it, and I'm
Yep.
gonna put it on YouTube. And again, why? And we had a conversation. If you're in a room, and someone asked about, would you give your IP away? And majority of you guys said. Majority of you guys, you said a yes, but majority of you guys said yes. I know. I've got no issue, because how you deliver something and how I deliver something is two different ways. So you can get I know Travis's playbook, and you'll deliver it exactly different, you know, completely
Yep.
differently. So it doesn't mean that how he delivers things is successful for you. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna film this. I'm gonna go step by step from lead generation to inbound leads to, you know, the client meeting, sending the quote away. You know, when the job's one, how we do it, put in the CRM and all the rest. We said when I get a lead through Ivan, we send a video SMS, welcoming them on board and telling them how the process works. You know what I mean? And we have all little bits and pieces through that. So I'm gonna tell everybody on YouTube in the next month will be up. It'll probably be up on the Paint Pod socials as well.
Yeah, that's
So
fantastic.
you know what? There's so much you can control, but the basics of breaking down a job and knowing if a job is profitable or at the end for yourself. You know what I mean? And you know what? Sometimes you won't even. You can go in Resi. You can walk into exactly the same house because they're basically all the same. And remember that I did a house 2 streets ago, and I said $10,000, and you know it was because you just did one. You remember it. So sometimes you don't even have to pull the iPad. Uh, so because I don't know, do you use an app for quoting? I'm starting to.
We do, but it's in its infancy. Yeah,
Yeah. Are you building
yeah.
the app?
No, we're not building the app, but we're using one from here in Victoria, from actually another guy from the Dulux accredited network.
You're not
Yeah,
using Let's
I'll,
Paint.
I'm going to give that a go in the next couple of months.
That's the one I'm using. It's
Mm.
pretty simple. It's okay. Travis is trying to get me onto the one he uses from America. I forget what it's called now. The one Nick Slavic uses as well. But
There's a lot of them out there at the moment.
yeah. But that's my story. There's a lot in between as well, but we could be here for hours, for days.
But what I'm noticing is that you're in the next phase now of, as well as growing a little bit of business as well. You're in the stage now of the guardian or the custodian of the
Yeah,
industry, trying to give a lot more back. You know,
absolutely.
yeah.
I feel that's my duty now of
So you've
giving
gone
back.
from being like the term that we all hate to use, but we've all used it at some point of our lives, either at a barbecue or at a function, to say, I'm just a painter,
Mm.
to now being that you're a master craftsman that's prepared to share his knowledge with the industry. Basically, that's what you are,
Okay, yeah, so I've never heard it that way. Probably
you
okay,
know?
because yeah. Okay, I'll thank you. I'll wear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got somebody pretty close to me that has said that multiple times, of there's a clear distinction between the tradesman that's just the tradesman, in our case, it's just the painter,
Yeah.
and that master craftsman, that tradesman, that master tradesman that knows exactly from, like you said, and I'm a big believer in all these things of where to park your car,
Yeah.
where to wash up, if you do wash up altogether at all. We don't even wash up anymore on
No,
site.
we don't wash up on site.
But yeah, where to park, where to have lunch, how to greet somebody,
Yeah.
how to greet passers-by, how to look after people's things in that home. That's the clear difference between being just a painter
Yeah.
and being a master
Yeah.
craftsman, you know?
Absolutely. Is that
So
commercial? Is that commercial as well? That type of system?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it is as well. And more, this is why we do the certain commercial work that we do, um, is because they don't want just a painter. They don't want that. They want the experience. They want somebody that's going to look after the project, that's going to look after their client, that's going to look after the job, that's going to look after the environment, that's going to look after all these things. But as you would know, to do all these things, you need to get paid for it.
Yeah.
You need to get compensated for your time and effort, and for your systems to do those jobs. Otherwise, just hire just a painter off the street.
Yeah. In terms of pay, I find that interesting. Um I believe in paying humans as much as I can.
Hmm.
Okay, because um, Sydney's a little bit different. It's a bit of a jungle, but I think Melbourne's probably a bit nicer. But I believe to get good people, you need to pay them well, and you need because we're in the people business, we need to keep people as long as we can. Now I understand that people move around. You know, we're all humans, and we've got needs and wants and all the rest. But at least if in your mind, if you said, well, you know, I can't pay him anymore. You know what I mean? I'm pretty big on that. And at the end of the day, when you break your numbers, sometimes you don't get the margins you want or you expect or the industry says, but I'm more than happy than most if I can keep somebody and keep somebody happy. I mean, I realize that money is not everything. Money's not. I don't believe money's the be and end all. But some people do have that.
Money being the not the most important thing in the world, with the cost of living
Yeah,
doing what it's doing, with I won't talk politics, but with what's happening in Victoria and things like that, there's everybody from painters to every business owner to the apprentice is probably significantly underpaid at the moment. If we look at the what we do for the industry and
I think we are.
what we fix and what we repair, and we're the last guys. And you were saying before about doing project homes and how
Yeah,
those defects used to come back to 50% of those defects weren't painters' defects to begin with.
yeah,
I remember doing the for the majors project homes,
yeah,
their carpenters issues and grouting issues and silicon issues and plastering issues and all those issues that the painters are fixing up. And by the meterage rates, we're quite often the lowest paid for those jobs.
yeah. We
You
are.
know,
Which is I
um,
don't understand how it happened because I find it interesting. Dad tells me when he came to Australia, he found out that they were lowly paid here in Australia. He goes, but I just came from a country where we're one of the most highest paid in Greece because they realise that we're the finishing
yeah.
trade. Now, I don't know if that's still relevant
Mm.
in Europe, but they came out here. I think they were going to be treated like gods, which I found interesting. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there you go. Tell me, with 15 men, Ivan, how many project managers have you got out there? Just one. He does them all.
He does it all. We're changing in the next couple of weeks. Magdi Dawood, he's from Melbourne. He'll be running all the projects in Melbourne. So we've sort of split
In
Pete's role.
yeah,
But yeah, like I said to you a few weeks ago, we're always adapting. We're adapting to
yeah.
the work that we have to do. We're adapting to the industry. We're adapting to a lot of things. And what's relevant this month may not be relevant in 3 months' time.
Yes.
The amount of people that one guy can look after, he might be able to look after 25 people in 12 months' time because a certain app comes out that changes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Um, but it all comes down to having the right people. I'm a firm believer if you have the right people, if you have the right tradesmen, if you have the right painters, you need less supervisors. You need less project management. You need all those less of all those things because you're hiring better people. Where how you can hire those people, I don't know. It's an issue sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, Not everybody's going to care about the project like you care about the project, or like Pete cares about it, or like Costa cares about it, or but yeah. So it's an interesting one that we're constantly trying to change and evolve.
Actually, I've got two questions I wanted to ask before. What's your tech stack?
What's my tech stack?
Yeah. So,
What what we use?
what are you running? Yeah. How do you get
Yeah,
job management systems?
we run Tradeify for our job management system,
Okay. Do you find
which
that good?
we probably outgrew that a little bit a few years ago.
Okay.
I'm not very tech savvy, would you
Nor am I.
believe?
Nor am
So I am not very good at putting information into
I. Pete?
the app. I am told by everybody that's working for
Thank God for Pete,
Peter,
huh?
on the other hand, Pete, God bless him, he is amazing at all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. So he's taking a whole bunch of that on board, and he's been doing that for a long time now.
Hmm.
So we're getting better and better at that. But yeah, Tradeify, everything's basically run through Tradeify.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how?
And
Sorry.
yours?
Oh, gee. I use Slack for communication. We're using Let's Quote for
Yeah.
quoting. Job management, that's interesting. We were using, my CRM's Keep, by the way. My CRM's Keep, which I don't like. I might go to HubSpot. And the job management, which I don't use, believe it or not, can't see it here. But sorry. Costa uses it. I don't use it. But sorry, I actually might use Tradified. You know what? you ask me about mentorship, whatever. I'm considering because I see what it did to Travi, how it's changed Travi's life. I'm considering ringing Taz and have a conversation with him. I'm not sure if it's going to be a short term relationship with him or a longer term, but I've seen how it's turned around Travi really quickly, and I want to push it along. All the simple things, the simple things. Well, I can't. I'm not sure yet. I haven't had that conversation yet. When I have that conversation, I'll tell you.
Have you had the conversation with yourself yet? You've convinced yourself to do it or not yet?
Good question. Yeah, I have. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Yes, well, it's going to happen. I just got to make the. Just got to make the phone call. Yeah, and why? I'll tell you. I'll tell you why. Because I don't want to make any mistakes along the way. Not like last time. And you think that I would know what to do, but you know what? Sometimes you're in your head. Seriously, sometimes you're in your head.
Yeah.
I think the one of the first times I sat next to you was in conference a couple of years ago, and we said to each other that the only person who stops us is us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, I think I stop myself more than most for some unknown reason.
Mm.
I get to a little bit uncomfortable. And you know how you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable? I go back to what's comfortable again.
Yeah.
So I need someone to maybe push me along or tell me it's not that bad. I don't know. I need something, but I need something. I hope I haven't blurred the lines right now. It's a pod, but I'm just being honest and raw. So I'm being honest.
No lines blurred.
Mm.
Wrap up questions.
Yeah, go for it.
Are you ready? You put me on the spot. I wasn't expecting any of those last time.
You know what? I've
You killed me last time. I was, oh man, how do I answer all these?
I've asked I don't know many people those questions, and I've never actually answered them myself as we're going
Mhm.
along. And I was thinking about them driving home, and I'm thinking, you know what? Don't think about them. Do it on the fly like everybody else. Like everybody else. You got to
But
go
I'm
back and
gonna
listen
mix
to.
up the order so you don't know what's coming
Yeah,
next.
cool,
All right.
cool. You should go back and see what Andrea said. What our fearless leader said.
Tell me, have I you mentioned sports.
Mm.
Favorite sport?
It's got to be rugby league. It's got to be rugby league. But
And what team?
I'm a Bulldog supporter. But
Ooh,
yeah. But you know what? I love rugby league so much. It doesn't matter. I'll watch any rugby league. I'll go down and watch under sixes. Seriously, that's how much I like the game.
when was the last time you played?
Oh, gee, that was back in the 90s. I was about, must have been early to mid 20s last time.
Have you got an AFL team?
Good question. Yes, I believe that.
Be careful when you're answering this for all the Victorians that are going to be
Yeah,
listening.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're going to judge you on this. Be
Okay,
careful.
I live in Sydney, and I live in the western part of Sydney, so it should be GWS. So if I go to watch footy, as you call it, AFL, I'll go to
Yeah.
GWS. But
Yeah.
I believe that the Magpies
Um,
are a good popular team.
oh no.
So
Oh no.
that's what everybody says.
You look like a
Do I?
Collingwood supporter. It's all right. A little bit. Yeah, you do.
Tell me why everybody goes, oh no, to me about the
Look, I
Pies.
can say because I don't particularly care much. Like
Yeah,
I'm now been in Geelong for 15 years, and much to the dismay of all my friends now in Geelong that say you never followed never followed the footy, but now you're a Cats fan. I said, well, I've learned to love Geelong and the Cats,
mm,
right? But Collingwood and rarely people have a problem with Geelong supporters because Geelong's just a little bit it's
yeah,
outside of Melbourne
yeah,
and no one's really got a beef with them, yeah. But Collingwood's just a very popular, very strong, very historic club
and that's what
that
I
you either really, really love or everybody hates them.
I
One or the
noticed that.
other.
I
And
noticed that.
there's nothing in between. There's no, oh yeah, I don't mind them, they're not bad. You either really, really love them. And I went to my first Collingwood game last year at the G versus Hawthorn.
Mm,
And
oh,
to
geez.
see 98,000 people at a Collingwood home game I understood everything. I was like, I understand why they're the biggest club, why it's Collingwood, you know. So,
I'm
but yeah,
assuming Collingwood's a very inner city club.
they were, yeah, you know, yeah, they're an inner city club. I mean, they all were back in the day,
Oh,
apart from probably Carlton and Essendon. But yeah, they're in inner city and very blue collar club back in the day, and
hmm,
I think they were staunch religious at some stage as well, and but they're just historically a really strong, really vibrant club that had great success from coming from blue collar roots,
yeah.
and from a rough area back in the day as
It
well,
was a rough area because
Yeah,
every time someone says something at a conference about Collingwood, or the joke is at Collingwood,
Collingwood.
or they go boo. You know, I'm thinking, what is it about it? Or they got two teeth or something that
Yeah, they're
you hear
missing
someone
teeth and all
says.
that
You know
stuff.
what
But
I mean?
that's people generally hate them and they just say the worst thing about them. But no, anyway.
Interesting.
Favorite movie? Tell me, George.
Oh, gee. I'm going to say Goodfellas.
Yeah, nice.
I'm going to say Goodfellas, but I'm a movie buff as well.
You are?
Yeah, if it's anything relaxation, I just love putting on old movies, even new movies, and just
So
watching.
you're a muso as well.
I love music, all music, any music. I really
Doesn't matter
listen.
what it is.
No, it doesn't matter. I do. I've got my favorites. My favorite will probably be something called freestyle. I remember back in the '80s, late '80s, it was a sort of mixture of Latino and sort of pop. You know what I mean? It's called
I
it's
can see you as a bit of a dancer, George.
yeah. I don't know about that, but back in the day, that's what I like. But I like listening to music, whatever my mood. Sometimes I listen to Sade today. I listened to Sade because I wanted something to calm me down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just depends. But yeah, music, yeah, anything, everything.
Night owl, early rise.
Yeah,
What's you?
nah. Okay, so that's yeah. My DNA is early to bed, early to rise.
Yep.
But if I do that, and if I don't stay up to this is probably not late for you. If I don't stay up to 10 o'clock, I don't get any time with my wife.
Yep.
So I'll stay up a little bit longer just
What a gentleman, huh?
to
What
be
a
to be
romantic.
with her. I don't know about that. She won't say that. But like you, mate. 4:35. We're still up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What about peanut butter, smooth or crunchy?
You know what? I'm going to say smooth, and I'll tell you why. Originally, I was crunchy all the way, but my wife likes smooth. We've been having smooth. Smooth it is. Yeah, yeah. But I'm a big
Happy
crunchy
wife,
guy.
happy life, George, you reckon, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I'm going there.
Tell me your first car.
You know this. It was Dad's XBGT,
Wow.
1982. I didn't even know it was a good car. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I destroyed that thing.
Yeah.
He just bought it. He got another car, and he told me you can have this car, and that was
Yeah.
how I got my first car. And after that, I think
Yeah.
I got when I was a bit later in the eight. No. After that, I think it was remember 280 ZXs,
Yeah.
mid
Yep.
mid 80s, and then
Yeah.
I trade that in, and I got my favorite all time car. You're gonna laugh at me now. 91. I got a MX-5 Mazda. I love that car. I used to love that car.
What color?
Blue.
Blue. Wow.
That baby blue. I remember. I know. I love that.
So you sweet or savory?
I'm sweet all the way.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Favorite
sweet.
dessert?
Sweet. It's a good question. I like cannoli. You know those continental cakes, the old
Yeah.
school Wonga continental cakes. There's something about them. You know what I mean? I love coffee cakes, and you know what? If I'm at a coffee shop, because obviously all that range there's not in any coffee shop. Love the carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
Love the carrot cake.
Mm.
Love it, Ivan. I love it.
Speaking of, what's your coffee order?
Okay. A double shot, small cap, lactose free.
Lactose free.
More
Mm.
for the taste than
How many coffees in a day would you have?
oh gee, Ivan. One, two, three. I can have up to six, unfortunately. I try not to.
All
I try to
doubles?
stop it. Yeah, or doubles.
So 12 shots of espresso in a day. Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
If I
much the
go,
same. Don't
are
stress.
you?
I'm much the
Yeah,
same.
me
Yeah,
too.
much the same.
And sometimes because I don't want the milk, I just want the caffeine, so I'll take a piccolo.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All
no, I'm bad.
all dine-ins, takeaways. What's your
Takeaways.
preference?
I'd love to dine in, but takeaway usually in the morning.
Always
Wake up
takeaways.
early to, and because I work generally in 80% in one area in the hills of Sydney. I
Yep.
normally know most of the good coffee shops, so
Yep.
I'll make time to go to
Yep.
the coffee shops. And even here with the machine, oh gee, stop it, George. Yeah, I like coffee, Ivan.
What about summer or winter?
Oh, all the way winter.
All the way winter.
Oh man, it's humid in Sydney. It gets really hot. Gets so hot.
Do you go away? Do you ski? Do you go to the
No,
slopes in New South Wales? Nothing.
no, I don't. So I
Mm.
do like. There's a place in Newcastle called Nelson Bay, um,
Oh, I've
and
heard of Nelson Bay. My wife used to holiday in Nelson Bay when she was a kid.
yeah, kid, yeah,
Yeah.
I absolutely love that place. You know what?
Yeah.
When I go there, I just escapism. You feel a pressure valve going,
Yeah.
and I just forget everything, and it just feels great. But unfortunately, I don't get down there as much as I'd like.
Mm. What about the dinner party question?
Ah,
Four
well,
people to dinner. Who are they?
okay, that's probably the hardest
You've been
question.
given a chance to think about this. You should know
Yeah, but I
this.
haven't. I've tried not to. I really tried not to. Okay, off the top of my don't George Michael. I love
Yep.
I love to understand what makes this man tick. Wham was one of my favorite bands. George Michael's
Yeah.
one of my favorite singers. Very complex human beings, and I would love to understand what between those two is. Um, for some unknown reason, um, in the modern days, I'd love to meet Lady Gaga. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Um, Richard Branson.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'd love to get into his head and understand how he explains things really simply. He can actually cut through Ivan
Yeah.
a complex and difficult subject. He can make it very palatable.
Yeah.
I've read his books. I really enjoy it. Um, you know what? We've already met one of our dinner guests, Nick Slavic,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and I'll tell you why. I jumped on. I started consuming his
You
content
said quite early, right?
when he was by himself.
Yeah.
When he was
Well.
by himself, and he just started doing Facebook things, honestly, and he called it Ask a Painter live, and he was by himself because when he said that those guys left him, that's
Yeah.
when he started the pod all those years ago, and I've seen the rise of this man, and I thought, you know what I see on the screen can't be the man. He can't be that man because what he's achieved and what he's done, it's
How similar
impossible.
was it?
Ex- exactly the same. The man is exactly what you see on screen, and
Yeah.
I still say how, because now that I'm consuming his content again, and it's full on back at home at Minnesota, like he's up to 40 or 50 guys now because it's summer season, external season, and we met the human being, we know the human being, but it doesn't compute to me how he's such a powerhouse. You know what I mean? I guess he has the right people around him anyway. How many people was that?
That's four.
That's
You got
four.
it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I won't go on to the other things. Yeah, if I'd love to have them, I'll throw Freddie Mercury in just for to spur people,
Just to make it
just to spur
interesting.
people. Yeah, I'll sit him next to George
What
Michael.
what's driving you?
Yeah, the same answer you gave me. My family. My
Mm.
family's first and last. And I always say to Costa and Anthony, and I don't think they realize this. The reason I wake up every morning is because of you. That's
Mm.
the reason I get up. And same thing with Costa. Sometimes we're tired or whatever. It's late at night. We're packing up yesterday because we're doing a job out sort of in the country, in a country town. Um, and it was dark, it was raining. And before we leave, I've given him a big hug. Give him a big hug. he's a 25-year-old man now. I mean, no, I don't think Dad's ever hugged me. So they're the reasons. They're the reasons that makes me tick. And I'll put brackets on that in terms of when we're talking work or um, in general legacy. It'll be nice. It'll be nice to it'll be nice to teach people. You know what I say? Or I told Dad's not well, okay? And he was down in the dumps, and I said, your life's been amazing. I go, you've taught myself, my brother-in-law, how to feed their family.
Yeah.
I mean, and then now my son and my brother-in-law's son, they're in their business. You know, he's got a business as well, and they're painting. So I go, you taught another generation how to feed their families. I go, you know,
It's a big deal. Yeah.
that's a big thing, man.
Mm.
I think it's a big thing, and if I can help or assist somebody to do that to support their family, to me that's I can't
Massive.
express how I
Yeah.
feel. Yeah.
And what scares you?
Oh wow, a lot of things scare me. A lot of things scare me. You know what scares me? One day, being in front of the television and having retired and not achieving one or two things I wanted to do. And one's a really simple thing, which I should be getting onto right now, and another one's a little bit more complex, which involves family and people and this and that. And you can ask me about the first one off air because I'm a bit embarrassed about it.
That's all right. So regret, basically, yeah.
Regret, yeah,
Regret, yeah. It's
regret.
not giving it a red eye go and
Not
not
giving
doing
it
the things he's.
or not following through. I think lately, the last decade maybe, um, I've got some great ideas, and I just haven't followed all the way through. You know what I mean? I've stopped at the painful part, and that's probably something that in my be. You know what I mean? It annoys me a little bit.
And the question that stumped me at the end.
Come. What do I do?
What do you want out of all of this?
What I want all of this. You know what? I want to feel content and happy. So you know what? Same sort of same answer to the last question. I want to sit there and feel content and happy. And I know that I've done not what I started doing all those 40 whatever years ago, but I've achieved what the last 10 years, because as you know, we change as
Yeah,
humans.
of course, all the time.
And you're still a very young man with very young children, Ivan.
Mm.
You'll know in 10 years what I mean. But yeah, I just want to feel there's something in me which bugs me, always gets me. It's always something in my brain, in my heart, and it's just buzzing around in my head. And it's really, I'm not explaining this well because I actually don't know what it is. But it irks me, gets me. I don't feel that I've achieved it all, and I want to achieve it. I want to follow through with it, and that's what that's what that is. Yeah, so just a bit of execution, I guess.
Mm. We'll get there. We'll both get there
Yeah, I'm sure you're on
real
your way,
quick.
Ivan. You're on your way.
No,
You're well
no,
ahead of
we'll
me.
both get there real quick.
Mm.
No, this has been fantastic, George. Thank you very much.
Can I
Really
just say,
appreciated the chat.
can I just say something? I didn't expect this to go this way, and guess what? You're leading from now on. You're leading our pods because you get more out of people. You get more out of people than I ever do. So I'm following you, brother. I'm following you. That was good. You really got stuff out of me, which I didn't
I
even
don't
know.
even get into the juicy questions with you, George. Let me get you to relax for the next couple of months, then I'll
Okay.
get some juicy questions out of you, man. We'll talk about the worst client, the best client, the one that
Oh,
never paid. We're going to talk about all that sort of stuff.
you know what we'll do? I'll do this. I'll contact the other two. I'm sure Travi will be on, and is it Rob at Queensland? Um,
Dan?
Dan, sorry, Rod. Dan, I'll contact them. We'll get them all on, and we'll do all those questions. We'll go around the
Horror
grounds. We'll
stories.
have four. Yeah,
The horror story, the horror apprentice story,
yeah,
the
it'll
horror
be fun.
tradesman story.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. That's good. Thank you. I actually
Uh,
enjoyed that. I actually enjoyed that.
thanks, George. Appreciate it, man.
Lovely.
Cool.
Okay. Bye, everybody.